Hello everybody and welcome back to another FTB Infinity Expert Skyblock mode. Let's do a quick recap before we get going on some of the things that have changed. Not too much overall. We're still at 0 deaths. That's the important one, right? I mean, we're still all the way down here at the bottom. Soren, I see, has not killed Direwolf 20 yet. That's a bit of a concern. We may have to take matters into our own hands. But that's the main big one. I've also moved over pretty much everything, and I've automated all of this stuff. Now, it's going a little slow. Why is that taking so long? Because of the output, right? Because of this. Yeah, so this is taking a little while just because there's so much to work through. We had so much buildup of materials. And the problem that we're having is it's going from the middle or the closest and working its way out. So tin and lead and gold are all done. Copper, well, silver's done. I assume copper is probably going to be next. But we haven't even gotten to iron yet, which is one of the ones I need the most. But that's okay. It'll eventually catch up, and we need to get, some of this other stuff. We probably need to upgrade the pulverizer quite a bit just to get things moving quite a bit faster, as well as the redstone engine. But we do have that all completed. So, basically same old setup, nothing too crazy there. We're just pulling out the dust. So you can see here we just have the dust set up into the pulverizer, into the redstone, and coming in the backside here and back into the drawer controller right there. So then we have all of the drawers and everything. It's all going back in. We're good to go. It's looking great. I love it. All right. Next is this problem right here. So we are now pulverizing. We are sieving fast enough that we have no backlog at all. So that's a bit of a problem, which means these guys need to be upgraded a little bit. But for right now, I'm not going to be too concerned about that. All right. Let's see. What else has changed? We got an induction furnace from IC2. Great little item. Fantastic. It once it heats up to 100%, it's the fastest furnace there is. So that should help us out quite a bit overall. On the other side here, well, I've ran conduit instead into here, into the MV capacitor. So we will give that, that's all working great. Over here, we've expanded and changed things quite a bit. Over here, so we still have the wood coming in here, but now it's going into a steam oven. And the steam oven here can actually smelt 9 items at a time, which is pretty darn awesome. And it uses steam instead of power, so that's good. We've also added a second boiler. So we have the 2 steam boilers operating, and we've added 4 more sets of steam dynamos. So right now we're really good on power. These guys are all producing at 160 RF per tick. So that's 640. That's 640. So you're at 1280 RF per tick, and we're barely even denting our steam. Now our wood, on the other hand, I'm going to have to monitor. While I was logged off, it went down. So, I mean, we'll have to see. Hopefully it'll come back up. It's been doing pretty good though, overall. We haven't really been going through that much. We're going through like 2 to 4 every little bit. It shouldn't be that bad. We should be getting enough trees, I hope. If not, maybe we can set up something to make that go a little faster. Tons of apples. We actually are getting a surplus of dirt. I know a couple people mentioned, you could speed this guy up. I completely agree I could, but we really don't have to at all. We're starting to get a surplus. It'll take its time. I'm not going to be too concerned about it. So 2880, give or take. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll monitor that as we go. I've made a few machine frames, and the reason being is we need to get into a few more machines overall. But first things first, let's jump up here and double check on our bees. We did a bit of bee breeding. We've gotten more common and everything like that coming through, which is good. Oh God. Well, we're full there. Let's just clear this up a little bit. Okay, that should help quite a bit. And we're starting to probably get some stringy comb and all that kind of stuff. So we'll store these guys in the apiarist chest. Now all of the bees are coming through, of course. And what do we have here? We got more drones here, and it didn't cycle through the diligent. So we did get the diligent breed. Let's just double check these, see which one we need to go with. Slower, 2-2, diligent. Okay, slower, 2-3, slower, 2-3. Well, I guess that's a different story altogether. So we'll try that guy out, and this diligent we will just kind of dispose of over here in the Botania. So diligent is just the next step along the path of what we need to get to our infinity bee. But they start dropping those stringy combs. Now I think that's what they're called. Are they called stringy combs, or what are they called? Yeah, stringy combs. And stringy combs, when you use them in the centrifuge, give you a chance of propolis. Propolis is used, you can make slime balls out of it. That's kind of cool. You can make bituminous peat, which we aren't going to do ever. But you can also make apiarist pipes, which are bee pipes, basically, from Buildcraft. The other thing that you can do with it is you can make the B-Sync module from logistics pipes. You can make the B-Sync logistics pipes. So all of the different logistic pipe things that you can do, as well as, okay, that's good. I don't know how to use those, so maybe we'll try it. You can centrifuge it into sticky resin. Probably not worth it, but you can also make it into a lot of different things. Different colored glasses, not really necessary with chisel, but there are a few other uses for it as well. So that should be going good. Are we? Yeah, we're not pulling out here yet. That's part of the problem. That's why we're getting these guys. Let's just remove that for right now, because not necessary. That's the problem going on. Okay, so let's get on with the episode and what we're building. We need to get progressing in the mod pack. Pretty in tech side more than anything at this point in time. I've already prepared the induction and electric furnaces to work on our alloy smelter. Alright, this guy has the induction, 2 electric furnaces, some crushed obsidian, which we have, the machine chassis, which is this guy, pretty decent, not too hard to make, and the basic capacitor, which is this guy. Now, the thing is, we need to get 2 other blocks from thermal expansion first. And the first thing that we need to get is the magma crucible. Pretty straightforward, easy block. We need nether brick, en-devour gears. Okay, let's see what we can do there. Nether brick. How are we going to get nether brick? Well, we can do it by smelting nether rack, or we can do it this way. Soul sand and 4 nether rack. Okay, that's a lot easier in my opinion. We need a little bit of en-devour to get another gear. So let's get that. 4. Good. And let's get our nether rack and our soul sand. So soul sand, again, pretty straightforward. We can get that quite easily here. We'll just take over a water bucket. And boom, there's our soul sand. Done. Piece of cake. We will actually need to automate that at some point in time. But then we need 4 netherrack. Well, this one's a piece of cake too. All we do is click redstone like so, and we get netherrack. Those guys are going to go in our induction smelter. Now in here you can see we have actually upgraded it to the hardened mode, so we can now make all of our ores. So I made the 9 redstone ores that we require to get this thing done, so that we can start on our redstone seeds. So there's our 2 nether brick. Good. We have obviously our machine frame. We need to get the redstone reception coil and a leadstone energy cell. So 4 lead. We need a piece of gold. We need 4 lead. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 11 redstone. Good. And let's craft this up. So first things first is the reception coil. Good. We need a block like so. We need 4 pieces of glass. That'll give us the leadstone cell. Good. And All we need now is our gears. So let's grab those. I've moved on to eating some steak here because I was too lazy to come up with any other food. And I had them lying around. All right. Boom, just like that. There is our magma crucible. Now that guy works fantastically. It really does. But the thing that we need is the fluid transposer as well to go along with it. So that's a bit of copper gears with some glass and a bucket. Let's get those guys going as well. So 3 of you, we're going to need 8 copper. We're going to need a piece of redstone, 2 pieces of redstone, sorry, and a golden thingy. We'll get these iron started to turn into plates. We'll get these guys ready to smelt up. And we will get the 2 glass that we require. We'll get ourselves the redstone reception coil. Good. And we should, outside of the bucket, be good to go. So, the bucket and the gears are what we're waiting on here. 1 more to go. Alright, so a couple of copper gears, and we should be completely done for this setup. There's our fluid transposer. Very nice. So these guys are going to go right here, just like that, and this is going to have an input out of the top. Now we do need power, of course. It's a machine. Need the power. Let's just fix this wiring. Good. Make it all nice and straightforward, like so. Okay, good. So we have power. Now these 2 machines work quite nicely together. The LV power might not be enough. We probably will need to upgrade these all to MV and basically get rid of this LV capacitor. Tie into our MV capacitor that has all of our power. Probably a good idea actually, but we'll do that probably with cables instead of this way. Now, the cool things about the magma crucible that you can do is things like destabilized redstone and stuff like that. But the main thing that we're working on is we need the stuff for the alloy smelter, alright? Now, the first thing that we need is lumium. Lumium is really easily made by... No, that's not the recipe. Oh, wait. We have to do the lumium blend. Yes, this is it. So we need 3 tin powder, a silver powder, and a bucket of energized glowstone. Now, the bucket of energized glowstone is the first thing that you can smelt down, and it requires 1,000 millibuckets of energized glowstone. So, in a magma crucible, 1 glowstone dust is going to give you 250. So we need 4 glowstone in the magma crucible, just like so, and that'll start smelting it down, and we have it automatically outputting to the fluid transposer right here. So we will just put in a bucket, and as soon as we get 1,000, it should start filling up said bucket. Okay, good. We are good to go there. Let me get the dust, and we'll make it. Alright, so we got the dust and everything. That's going to give us the lumium blend, and you do get the bucket back. Now let's give this induction smelter a quick try. Boom, boom, done. Love it. Alright, so that is step number 1. Now we can put this guy in here with a bit of lumium, like so, and we can go from there. So I'm getting... having a little conversation and whatnot. That's fine. So we need a machine chassis. So we need some iron bars. That's pretty straightforward. 6, 6, like so. Good. And that gives us the iron bars, like such. And the last but not least is the basic capacitor. Oh, I guess I had some. Oh well. I'm sure we'll need them down the road. Alright. So, we need the basic capacitors now. First of all, we need lapis electron tubes, but we also need signalum. Now, signalum is another interesting guy. You can make the signalum blend, so we need copper powder, silver dust, and destabilized redstone. Now, destabilized redstone, if I'm not mistaken, let's just find it here again. Good. If I'm not mistaken, in the magma crucible, 1 redstone gives you 100. So you need 10 redstone for this setup. Okay, so we'll get that started to smelt up in the magma crucible. We can throw our bucket in here so it's ready to grab it. I'll get the copper in that going. 1, 2, 3, and silver. Very good. And we will jump over here and at least get these started to smelt up. Now, this guy, Signalum, is a wonderful blend of materials. It really is. And that's going to allow us to get what we need. Now, the other thing that we need is the lapis. And you know what? Let's get a lot of it, because I know how fast we go through these things. It is ridiculous. So 60 divided by 5 is what? 12? Something like that. I don't know if that's enough. My math might have been wrong. It's fine. And the lapis one is just like this. So we're going to have it like so. And we need to get ourselves power, first of all. Oh boy, I'm out of LV wire. Really? Okay. That's fine. And we're going to need some glass to smelt that down. That's okay. We'll do that. And let me get the power situated. Alright, so there we go. Let's get out our lapis electron tubes. Get as many as we can. Get them all. We'll need them all. We ran out of redstone. Not good. I miscalculated. It was 16, wasn't it? Or close enough for the amount of glass we put in there. Okay, I'm just going to disconnect this guy again. I don't want it continually draining power. I could put another breaker switch. Actually, I have a breaker switch. Let's just put it back on here. I forgot I made another one. So there we go. That to that. And we shouldn't have power. We should be good to go. It should be declining, right? Yeah, no power. Okay, good. That's what I want to see. All right. So the lapis electron tubes are one of the first steps that we need towards our basic capacitors. Now, I need 3 of these things first and foremost. But let's first get this and these guys and make our destabilized redstone. Oh man, that chunky movement sometimes that happens with the jetpacks and with landing. Alright, so that's going to give us some signal and blend. Very good. And then we need to smelt that up into ingots. Boom. Done. And we need nuggets out of those. I think 2 will be enough. Oh, and we need the redstone chipsets. Did I set those up? No, we don't have any. Oh, dang. Alright. Well, let's get some more of those starting to craft up. You know, one of the things that I've learned in the other worlds is you always just need as many as possible. So we're just going to make a whole bunch. 32, not a bad number. I should also make some more lasers as well. You know what? I'm going to start doing that off camera here. And I'll be back once we have the redstone chipsets. Alright, so it does look like we're gaining wood. So that's good. We'll just have to keep it chunk load and whatnot and make sure everything is hunky-dory. We also got our 6 redstone chipsets, so we can get those guys going for our basic capacitors. Now, of course, the first 2 go in here for our machine chassis. Nice. And the next one goes into our alloy smelter recipe right there. So what we need is 4 crushed obsidian. I have it right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this should be our alloy smelter. Beautiful. All right. This guy is amazing. And I'm going to set it down. We have a butterfly. Butterfly. Aw, it's so pretty. Should I just put it down right here? It's kind of in the way a little bit. You know what? We'll have to rewire it anyways down the road, so we're good to go there. Alright, and we'll just wire it up. Same way we've been doing all the other ones. Again, I will have to upgrade all of this wiring back here, even though this can only bring in 20 RF per tick anyways. The other thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to get more lasers. So, lasers, go. 10 more, just like that. Love having resources. Oh, it's beautiful. So that's going to up our production a ton, getting those lasers. We can also start getting our redstodendron seeds, which will help with our redstone production. Not that we're really lacking at the moment. Our biggest problem is this guy right here, and we may look to upgrade it right away here. Still more tin, eh? Come on, we need the iron. Get going. Get working. Okay, back to silver. Back to lead. Oh my god, this is going to take forever. We definitely need to get those upgraded quite a bit more. But yeah, so lasers, let's see. Do I have some hardened flux ducts. I would love to get these on hardened flux ducts instead of the MV capacitors. Just something like this, and maybe we can just kind of run it along the ground here for now and connect in. We really don't need this breaker switch anymore. So let's rearrange this. Oh god, now we're not going to be able to connect it, are we? Connection is obstructed. Well, that sucks. Alright, we'll do a little in around, like so, and like so. That'll do the job for that. Again, we'll have to upgrade all this stuff anyways. Can I connect this somehow? I don't think we can we? Well, let's try. Let's run it down the other side here. I don't think we need that. No, we do not. Okay. We'll run it down like this. We're one short. We are literally one short. You have got to be kidding me. Alright. We are one item short. That sucks. I guess we'll just let me get some of that going, and we'll finish this up. Let's make that many. Alright, so a little bit of steel plates, like so, is going to give us a few more hardened flux ducts. We've already placed down a couple here, just to start expanding on the lasers. And let's go up as well. I think that's right. We should have one spare. So now we should be up to about 560 RF per tick. So still not enough to actually take over these guys, but it will start to drain because we're running all the other stuff if we're running things long enough. But that is a beautiful amount of power. I do want to get more of the hardened flux ducts though, so that we can start to, you know, just work and develop and switch over all of our stuff to just better power overall. You know, running these guys directly into all these machines would be so much nicer. But I think that's going to be about it for now. We can get a few more here. I do have the means to get even more. I think I'm going to do that. But I think overall this was a pretty decent episode. We got a lot done. Not a ton, like, but we got some huge mechanics done. And this guy right here is what we're going to start using for all of our alloys. So for example, the signalum that we were having issues with before, or even better yet, some of the other stuff that you can make with it. So let's look at signalum here. You can also make it in the alloy smelter with a silver ingot, 3 copper, and 10 redstone. So we can now just go like this, 3 and 10, like so. And we can throw that into the alloy smelter here. Boom. Make sure it's on alloys only mode, and it'll start smelting it up. It's going to take a while at the beginning here because it's not upgraded or anything like that. It's going to be a little bit. But at least it's going to work. These guys are producing quite nicely. Very happy about that. And we should be getting a decent amount of plates. I think we're set up pretty good. We got the magma crucible now, so we can actually start using things like blazing pyrotheum in the smelter. We can start, you know, just developing more things, including some fundamentals like enderium is one of the items that we're going to be needing right away. By the way, the breaker switch doesn't work very well because it turns off the machine due to a redstone signal. So, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Alright, we do have this LV capacitor. Let's see, how do we want to do this? What we could do, that's a 1024 connection. I really don't want to mess with that, though. This is a tough decision. You know what? Let's move this guy to right here. That way we can connect. Oh, really? Oh, I remember that. We did that. We had that problem last time. All right, we'll do it to here, like so. That should still be inputting, no matter what. And then we have an output over here, and we have an output here, and we have an output on top. You know what? Because these guys only have 800 RF per tick. we're kind of running into a bit of a space issue, aren't we? Let's see. If we change this, like so, and maybe we can manipulate this a little bit. If we do this, and we go here instead, like that, this could then become an output right here. And this can remain an input, and we can just run it up like that. And then that way we can do the connector right on top of there, connect it up, no problem there. So that's an input, if I'm not mistaken. We're blue, good. Let's get our hammer out. We'll change this to an orange, so it's an output now. And now we just need to reconfigure this so that we're not impacting anything. Okay, good. So we can do this. We can just disconnect the wires, just like so. And we can actually start running some of this stuff over. Now the problem that we're going to have is the IC2 machines right here. IC2 machines will not accept power from an RF flux duct like you see here. So we are going to run into problems running those. But for these other ones, like the alloy smelter here, we can definitely swap that over to a hardened flux duct, as well as all of these going forward. So we can keep the IC2 machines on that LV capacitor, but all the rest we can convert over to our flux ducts. Very good, very good. A lot of disconnecting and whatnot. It's a little cramped. It's not ideal. We're eventually going to have a power setup anyways, but, you know, it's one of those things. It'll take a bit of time. But anyways, I'm going to convert all of these guys on over to the flux ducts, because all of this can take it, including the forestry machines. So we might as well run all of this across the way and up. Boom. Nice little grid. Nicely compact. And we'll keep the LV capacitor just for the IC2 machines. I like it. It's not bad at all. And I'm quite happy with it. The other thing that we can do is we can set this guy up and then just disconnect it and reconnect it whenever we want to use it. So that's good as well. I believe you can also do that with any redstone signal. But for right now, that'll work. Okay. Good. Progress has been made. All of our machines have good power coming in. We've expanded on our laser system quite dramatically, might I add. Over here, we are still in the positive with the wood. We're still over 3,000, so we've gained over 200. It's not a great gain though. We're not really gaining a ton, but you know, it's one of those things. We'll get there over time. We can get more dirt with apples and with saplings, so I'm not too concerned with that. And yeah, overall, I think this was a great episode. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm going to go double check on our diligent over here, and I think that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time, and have a great day. Did we really get the same thing again? Come on. 2-3. Okay. 2-3. Yeah. 2-3. Slower, slower. 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 All right, these two. Oh, yeah, we got it. We got it. This guy is going to mass produce now like nobody's business. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.